Hi everyone, I'm Christine Williams, and today I want to share with you how I overcame the fear of using injectable peptides. The first thing that I know that was holding me back from trying injectable peptides was just my lack of understanding what peptides are and how they can help me. Peptides are short-chain amino acids that are made in our body naturally. And when we are born, we have a thymus gland right in the middle of our chest. And as we grow, the thymus gland grows. However, when we reach puberty, the thymus gland begins to then shrink. And by the time we are in our 50s, there's only about 50% of the thymus gland that remains, hence the breakdown of our immune system. And I was so fascinated by that because I love that peptides are made in our bodies. And the sad thing is, as we get older, the production of them slows down. But the great news is that we can supplement our health routines with peptides. And when I looked into what peptides can do for us and helping us, I was amazed. Peptides can aid in the help of inflammatory diseases, cardiac disease, brain diseases, fatigue, sleep disorders, bone and joint health, anxiety, depression, weight issues. I mean, there is just a host of things that peptides can help us with. And I thought that that was incredible to know that, again, something that's made in our body naturally can do these amazing things. Peptides are powerful messengers, and they are there to help other cells, assist them in doing their best. So I love that about these short chain amino acids that our bodies make. So learning that was just a help with me in knowing a little bit more about them, and kind of put that reservation to rest, that fear, so to speak, to rest. The second thing that I struggled with was just the injection part. I didn't like that. I never injected myself with anything, so I wasn't familiar with that. I didn't really care for needles or anything like that. But again, the fear of the unknown just was that thing that was holding me back. And again, when I looked into these things, a lot of these fears just became unfounded. And this was one of them, a huge unfounded fear. The reason that peptides are injectable is because if you take them orally, the digestive system breaks them down, and we're not getting the benefit of that peptide like we would if we inject it. When we inject the peptide subcutaneously, then we absorb it, and so it's just that much more effective. And when I first started using peptides, like I said, I'd never used anything that I had to inject myself. I had my son walk me through that, and that was a huge help. And if you're somebody that is curious about peptides, but you are not sure on how to reconstitute them and how to inject them, send me a message, and I can send you some information to help you in that area. But the needles that I ended up getting, I actually got off of Amazon. I wanted to show you guys these. These were 1-inch insulin needles. Check them out for you, just to kind of show you that using these was not as hard as I thought, and they did not even hurt. And so again, just knowing more about it was something to help me through that. The third thing that I struggled with was a time frame on using peptides. I would ask my son about this. I would say to him, and he was so patient with me, I would say, is this something that I have to use forever? And finally, after asking him this a few times, he said to me, you know, Mom, do you take vitamins? And I said, of course I take vitamins. And I've been taking vitamins for years, and I've had all 4 of my boys using vitamins because they were all athletes. And I knew that I wasn't cooking enough food to give them the nutrition that they needed. So I always supplemented their diet with good vitamins. And he asked me, he said, well, what would happen if you quit taking the vitamins? And I said, nothing. I guess I would not feel as good as I have been feeling over these years. And he said, well, that's exactly the way it would be with peptides. If you stop taking peptides, Mom, well, what's going to happen? Nothing. You might not feel as good. And oh, he is absolutely right. I started with 2 different peptides that I cycled on 6 weeks and then cycled off, and I'm cycled off currently. And even the benefits that I've experienced when I was on these 2 peptides, I'm still experiencing those benefits even as I've cycled off. And then I'm going to cycle back on them. I mean, it's something that I believe that people can do probably 3 or 4 times a year and really get some serious health benefits from using peptides. The 2 that I used were GHKCU and ipamorelin with CJC 1295. But I want to move on to the next thing that I had a reservation about, and that was where you get the peptides. And once I realized that my son was getting them from a research company that was third-party tested, I was very relieved and happy to know that this was a very reputable place that he was getting them, and these were this company is incredibly amazing. And if you are interested in that information, just send me a message and I'll send that to you as well. The last thing that I probably considered a reservation of holding me back was the expense. I just didn't know how much money I was going to have to spend, what it would cost. Is this something that is just going to be over my head, or am I biting off more than I can chew financially? And the answer, again, that fear was unfounded. When I looked into it and then even realized that I could get a discount from that company every time I purchased the peptides, that again was unfounded. So I just want to say, if these are the same things that you have thought about when it comes to being curious about peptides and wanting to try them but not trying them, I hope that you'll think about what I've said and that you'll move forward in just doing better for you with your health. I'm going to highlight those again. Number 1, I would encourage you to do your due diligence like I did. Number 2, I would encourage you to have somebody help you, walk you through using peptides. And I want to give you my son's name. He is on YouTube. I believe he is blazing a trail in the peptide world. I know a lot of people on the internet are using his peptide cheat sheet that he has come up with. And I actually use his peptide cheat sheet because he helped me with it for women over 50, peptides for women over 50. He helped me write that peptide cheat sheet. And his name is Hunter Williams, and you would find him at Hunter Williams Health on YouTube. He has amazing videos on all kinds of peptides and what they do, and they're pretty short, pretty informative, and amazing. So that is what I wanted to share with when it comes to doing your due diligence. I would look at his videos as well. The other thing I had a fear of was, again, injection, and that was unfounded. And the third thing was the time frame that I would have to take them. Whenever you decide you want to take them, great. When you don't, you don't. The fourth thing was where I got them, and the fifth thing was the expense. So after going through all of that, I realized that, again, these fears were unfounded. And I hope that helps you, and I hope that you have an amazing day. God bless.